Hello there, welcome to Market Bonsai. This is Mark de Cruz. Today I'm going to talk to you about bonsai tools. Now in general we have quite a few tools that we use in bonsai, but for bonsai repotting we have a surprisingly little number of tools, usually all you need is a pair of sharp scissors, a sickle and a chopstick to help you with repotting. But nevertheless, let me show you my little collection of tools, and it's in a nice leather tool roll that I made on one of my sewing machines. And perhaps the most important tool that I have in the bonsai tool collection is my chopstick, or a dibber if you like. This particular one has been made by a friend of mine, and it's a metal chopstick, but you could just as easily use a wooden chopstick to help you with doing all the detailing work of bonsai repotting. Now I use this for most everything to do with the repotting, from the detailed nebari work on the tree to removing major roots on the bonsai, to unentangling the roots in bonsai, and to finally make sure that I get the right size of bonsai root ball. Now whether you use a metal one or a wooden chopstick is entirely up to you. The wooden chopstick I would perhaps use when it's a little softer the soil is, but sometimes you get some real hard gritty soil, and then the metal chopstick is preferred. You can get them on aluminium ones on Amazon or wherever else. Or you can get a friend of yours to make you a little one like this. It's just a little skewer. Now, perhaps the next most important tool is this little sickle. Now the sickle is very important in that often the bonsai doesn't come out of the pot, and you have to cut it out of the pot, and the sickle helps me quite substantially in doing that. Otherwise, often you have to break the pot, and the pots are quite expensive as it is. Not only that, sometimes they are quite old, and you don't want to break it just because you can't get the tree out of the pot. So it's a great thing to have a little sickle that will help you cut out the tree from the pot. But after that we have another very important piece of tool. This is a spatula. Now the spatula is great for tamping back the soil into the bonsai pot, and also ensuring that the moss that you put on towards the end is nicely pressed into the soil. And this is a brass spatula or a bronze spatula, and it's quite a stylish looking one. It has this particular edges on it that kind of lets you get into all parts of the bonsai pot, and it's a real helpful tool when you're settling the soil in and for settling the sphagnum moss. You then need a pair of sharp scissors, and you generally use the heavier duty scissors, which has a nice long blade, but it also has an open grip where you can put your whole hand inside and exert serious amount of pressure to cut even the thickest of roots with these little things. This is a Japanese make one, and this particular one, I'm not quite sure where it is made, but the cutting steel is Japanese according to the advertisement, and it's a pretty handy little tool. It's available quite easily in the UK. These ones have to be imported, but they are essential for the thing. But as with all the root cutting shears, you have a big blade so that you can cut off a large area of roots while you are working on it. and this one is particularly great for cutting, doing 1,000 cuts a year. You almost using it like a barber does on the root ball, and you have a fine cut all the way down the top. My master calls it the 1,000 cuts when you're working on the bonsai root ball to get it fine, and so that every root that is exposed is cut, because then it creates a clean cut, and new roots will come out from that cut very, very fast. If the blade is blunt and it's jagged, then it tears the root rather than cuts it clean, and that doesn't help with. It helps just collect bugs and pests and infection, and not good for the tree in the long run. So you then have, I guess, a saw. This particular one is a folding saw. So if you have a bigger root or the tap root that you want to get rid of, then this little folding saw comes very handy. It's also handy when you have to do some structural work on some of the branches. It cuts in both directions, so it does a quick job. And it's a little, it's called cheetah, but I think it's a little Chinese import, but it does a very good job. Now I have this little plastic pipe that I used to clean into crevices and areas of the roots or holes or holes in the trunk that I can't get at, and it's a great way for getting out the dust and debris that you've collected inside these crevices. Now, to tackle the areas in the crevices, I use a little, it's a rather ominous looking instrument, but basically it's a Blackhead Remover, and the one end is pretty sharp to scrape the dead wood. The other end just kind of scoops out the dead wood so that you get nice lines in it. My wife just loves this, and I'm petrified of going anywhere near her when she has one of these things in her hand, but I've nicked it off her, and it's now used on my bonsai, so it's quite a handy little tool. Then the other thing is toothbrushes and a wire brush. It's a plastic brush basically. Now this helps cleaning the bark of the algae or moss on the tree. So it's a very handy little piece of. There is a more fancier version that looks much like this in plastic, which I think is in my other toolkit, but nevertheless, for using it with soil, I use toothbrush, which does the job just as well. The metal brush is for basically cleaning the pots. Often you would collect grit and grime on the pot, and scale. This is a great little tool to help you attack it and get rid of the thing. It requires a little bit of muscle power, but at the end of the day, it's quite a handy, powerful little thing to help you with getting rid of the grit and grime on it. Then of course, when you're repotting the bonsai, you have to tie it back into the pot. So you'll use, first of all, to get it out of the pot, more often than not it tightens, so you need a little wire cutter to get it out of the pot. And then when you tie back it in, you need a little Jin plier. I know people who use normal wire pliers, but I tend to find that the long nose on the wire pliers is a little bit distracting. The snub nose on these little Jin pliers is very helpful, and it lets me get close into the wire and twist it so that I can get tightly packed root ball into the bonsai pot. The wire cutters have a rounded tip, so you can actually see it doesn't cut away the branches by mistake, so it's a handy little thing to have. I have a smaller wire cutter, which sometimes you need at the bottom of the pot, which is to get deeper into the holes at the bottom of the pot. So the bigger ones can't get at them, so you need this little small wire cutter to get into the pot. And that's really all the tools that I have in my bonsai collection. It's a small number, but it's a great little thing. And of course, I find the tool roll the most helpful of tools to carry with them around. Leather is good because it breathes just as easily, and I use the WD-40 or camellia oil to keep my tools sharp and fresh, and it's easy to pack away. When this is custom made, so I made all the pockets for my various tools, and well, it's easy to get someone to do it for you. And I do hope you enjoyed watching the video on the repotting tools. If you have any comments, I would like any other videos, please put it in the comments below. And if you did enjoy the video, give me a thumbs up at the bottom, and don't forget to subscribe. I do add videos regularly. This is Mark Cruz from Market Bonsai signing out. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you around soon. Bye for now.